Hey, hey.
Hey.
Hey, this is Rachel.
Hi,
Back
Rachel.
again, back again. We're back again. Let me go ahead and get our screen split. Here we go. It's me and you, Lily. So, everybody, welcome. Welcome today. I am here with beautiful Lily. She just got back from South America. Gone for quite a while, but she's gracing us with her beautiful presence today to talk about metabolic syndrome. So
Thank you so much, Rachel.
I'm so glad you're here. So, what is metabolic syndrome for you guys? And welcome, by the way. This is our forum, living. This is our natural wellness forum that we do every Wednesday. We encourage comments. We are live on Facebook every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Central. So, welcome everybody. So, metabolic syndrome is the topic for today. And for those who don't know, I'm going to read it from a Google translation here. Metabolic syndrome is a cluster of conditions that increase the risk of heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. Metabolic syndrome includes high blood pressure, high blood sugar, excess body fat around the waist, and abnormal cholesterol levels. The syndrome increases a person's risk for heart attack and stroke. So I have Lily here because Lily is going to give us a wider understanding of what metabolic syndrome is. So can you tell me a little bit more about some of the medical conditions associated with this syndrome, Lily?
Yes, sure, Rachel. And thank you so much for having me tonight. And I would like to share this because this is something very important for our health. So, metabolic syndrome is associated with several medical risk factors, including dyslipidemia, hypoglycemia, and obesity, which has become a worldwide pandemic. The sequelae of this condition increase the risk of cardiovascular and neurological disease and increase mortality. We are facing that right now with COVID as well, so we have to be
Yes,
very aware of that. It is
yes.
associated with redox dysregulation, excessive inflammation, and perturbation of cellular homeostasis. Molecular hydrogen water is something very recommended and may attenuate oxidative stress, improve cellular function, and reduce chronic inflammation, something to be aware of.
Mm-hmm.
Preclinical and clinical studies have shown promising effects in H2 or molecular hydrogen water and specific features of metabolic syndrome. Yet the effects of long term has concentration in this prevalent condition.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, um, I mentioned when I first talked about what metabolic syndrome is, it stated extra fat around the waist. Well, let's just call it what it is,
Exactly. Yes.
obesity.
Obesity.
So that's a part of one of the symptoms of metabolic syndrome. So you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes, and first of all, I would like to ask the audience if they know what is the rate of obesity for the United States.
I don't know. I can guess.
It's a scary result. Yeah, the United States adult obesity rate stands at 42.4%. Amazing. Yeah.
What?
The first time the national rate has passed the 40% mark and further evidence of the country's obesity crisis. The national adult obesity rate has increased by 26% since 2008. Wow.
26%.
Exactly, yes.
So
And
that is definitely not a trend. That is
no,
actually a epidemic.
absolutely, yeah. So
That's
obesity, let me explain you what's the definition of obesity is a disorder involving excessive body fat, as you said, that increase the risk of health problems.
mm,
So obesity often results from taking in more calories than are burned by exercise and normal daily activities.
mm,
Obesity occurs when a person's body mass index is 30, body mass index BMI or greater. The main symptom is excessive body fat, which increases the risk of serious health problems. The main
Mm,
state of treatment is if lifestyle changes, such as diet and exercises.
mm,
So, oh my God,
mm.
yeah, you have to be aware
Yeah,
of that. Yeah,
yeah, you do. And the thing that I think about is that we know that's one thing you can't hide. You can't hide obesity, right?
exactly.
Some people say, "Oh, I was born this way," or whatever. No, that's not the point. The point is the health issues that stem from obesity.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, how can you help treat or
Well,
prevent?
right now there is no approved drug, at least to prevent or treat metabolic syndrome. Modifications to diet and lifestyle, including caloric restrictions and exercise, and currently recommended and if implemented, can be effective. However, a stress of daily life, like of lack of time and sufficient motivation, are often cited as reasons that prevent people from making sufficient modifications until after they develop symptoms.
Mm,
Nevertheless, even after symptoms emerge, many still do not make the needed changes, and
mm,
as corollary, develop the associated diseases that otherwise could have been prevented. So, in
mm,
conclusion, the results suggest the supplementation with high concentration, and I recommended this specifically that I would like to point it out a few moments later. It's molecular hydrogen water
yeah.
because it can improve body composition, favorably modulates fatty acid and glucose metabolism, and improves inflammation and reduce of homeostasis in subjects with metabolic syndrome.
Mm,
Therefore, long-term treatment with high concentration of molecular hydrogen water may be used as an adjuvant therapy to decrease the features of metabolic syndrome. So this is an option. So
mhm, mhm.
good to know a little more about it.
Yeah, so this is why we're doing this wellness forum, natural, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
you're talking about therapeutic hydrogen, therapeutic therapy, something that works toward better health, right? Naturally.
exactly.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's
main thing I'm getting. And there's, like you mentioned earlier, there's been a lot of studies that prove that it does help. So tell me something else about therapeutic
yeah. But I would like
hydrogen
to.
water.
Yes, I would like to ask the audience as well. Do they know how? What is molecular hydrogen water? Because I've been talking a little bit about it, but anyone knows about it? Well, let me tell you a little bit about molecular hydrogen water, which is the smallest molecule in the world. But don't let its size fool you a little bit because molecular hydrogen can be noticed as one of the most potent antioxidants available to us.
Mm-hmm.
Being the very
Mm-hmm.
first element, hydrogen has been a part of evolution from the origins of the universe. The use of molecular hydrogen to support health has been well studied in both clinical trials and animal studies as well, with some recent studies on many topics of interest. The multidimensional benefits of hydrogen have shown to influence detoxification pathways, brain health, healthy aging, and longevity, influence post-exercise recovery as well as have an exercise mimicking effect on the body.
Mm.
So yeah, it's really interesting.
I like that last part because I did see a difference. I do value hydrogen water. You know, the reason that, because of the health benefits, but also because of that recovery.
Yes,
I
yes,
mean, part of the struggle with working out is the soreness later. Like, I don't want to be sore.
absolutely, yeah.
I don't want to be sore. I mean, that's worse. The recovery is worse than actual working out. But one
Yeah,
thing that I've noticed is that I'm hardly ever sore after I work out when I drink hydrogen water. It
yes,
totally helps. And,
yes.
and from what I understand, because I'm not as in depth in the explanation as you, but I'll break it down to elementary.
Yeah.
When I make my muscles work overtime, they spit out this garbage. Like when I stretch them and I'm and they're angry, so they spit out this garbage, right? Like they're mad. And then later that garbage makes that soreness. So the hydrogen comes in and it cleans up that garbage. And it
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great
feeds them.
explanation. Yeah.
So that's why I think like a 5-year-old. So anyway, in conclusion, would you like to talk a little bit more about
Yes.
benefits, maybe personal or?
Yeah, well, for me, the best results is through, well, I don't know. I would like to let you know that the best way to get that 100% of that benefit of the hydrogen molecular hydrogen water is under the presentation, the process, because if you by an infused system, which is very important, which it allows a high level of parts per million range, reaching at an atomic level. And that part is really, really important because it will helps you to find the balance that you need in your body. So,
Right.
according to
Right.
health experts, drinking hydrogen water on a regular basis helps control fat and body weight.
Mm,
Yeah, believe
mm,
that. In the
mm,
longer run, it also controls plasma glucose and insulin levels, which is very
mm,
important. Yes.
mm.
It has been proved that the daily consumption of hydrogen water can lower the risk of obesity and metabolic syndrome in all group of ages, which is very important because kids are affected as well of that syndrome, no, that we are talking
Yeah.
about tonight.
Yeah.
Also, health experts agree that hydrogen water is an ideal replacement for insulin therapy. It
Mm,
has been proved that consuming hydrogen helps in improving glycemic control without causing hypoglycemia. Just really,
mm.
really, yeah, really important.
Very
So
much.
weight loss with with molecular hydrogen water can be accomplished without a change of exercise or diet. Researchers from Dr. Shigio Hota corroborates the weight loss benefit that comes when drinking it. So these
Mm,
researchers took a step further to find how hydrogen water will impact the obesity and metabolic parameters at a molecular level, which is
mm.
really, really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah. And I would like to go a little deep what you were talking about the effects of getting sore after the exercise and how you recovered here as an athlete or a regular person who's working out daily or whenever you can 3 times a week, for example, no? Because the rationale for the use of hydrogen therapy in sports science is primarily due to its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. It's
Mm-hmm.
all related to cell signaling modulation, cytoprotecting, and buffering capacity in exercise-inducing acidosis. The physiological effects of H2 or hydrogen gen in the form of water ingestion, it responds to various exercise in humans, include a reduction in blood lactate and an increase in blood pH or bicarbonate levels. It also prevents exercise-induced muscles and psychomotoric fatigue, enhances recovery of range of motion and injured limbs, and suppresses exercise-induced oxidative stress. We heard a lot about oxidative stress, so this is helping
Right.
a lot with a relief of that oxidative stress that we are facing each day. So,
Mm-hmm.
due to the potential beneficial effects for athletes' performance, fatigue recovery, mood state, and vast range of other innovative exercise science applications, utilizations of molecular hydrogen water is increasing in popularity among sports scientists.
Yes.
Hydration with hydrogen water before exercises had a positive effect on muscle resistance to exercise induced fatigue during prolonged intermittent sprints and isokinetic knee flexions. So the benefit
Mm,
is amazing, and
mm.
more people who are working out and people that are sports dedicated are experiencing these benefits day after day. So it's a great chance for them to have this molecular hydrogen water, and it's really recommended.
Yes.
for the
Yes.
recovery.
It also, and like you mentioned something about when you're drinking, it's very important, drink it before you work out, right? Now it does help recovery, but it's better to do it. But you said something
Yes.
about allowing the muscles, helping the muscles to be able to um, relax or something you said. It was something you described. That makes total sense. But it also, not just for athletes, but you mentioned before, um, anti-inflammatory.
Yes.
People
Mhm.
who just have joint discomfort or, swelling in their limbs or something like that, it also helps with that inflammation as well.
Absolutely, yeah. It's
Mhm.
very, and my own experience as well, because I exercise, I work out 3 times per week, and I usually drink my hydrogen water. Yes,
Yes,
it's amazing
absolutely.
result I can get. Yeah.
Would not work out without it. Just would not. So do you want to close?
Oh, yeah. And really, thank you for this invitation. It was very pleasant to talk with you and the audience. And let's see another
Yes.
time. Yeah.
Yes. So I want to thank everybody for showing up. Next week, Cayenne's going to be here. And next week is next month, which is Alzheimer's awareness and
Oh,
mental awareness.
mhm.
So there's a lot of natural ways to deal with both of those, right? So I really appreciate it. I hope you guys join us next week as well. And thank you for being here, Lily. You've really,
Thank you.
some things I didn't even know. So I really appreciate that. And if you guys want any more information regarding what we were talking about with the hydrogen water, just, send us a message below, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you next week. Hey, peace.
Bye bye. Thank you.
You have a good night.